everyone. Welcome to the Mighty Monday Meltdown. My name is Adonis D. Johnson. I'm your transformation coach. I'm reporting live from the south side of Chicago, the Midwest. I just want to welcome everybody to the room. This is such a trying time for us all. It's a big snowstorm that's in our area and it's causing so much confusion. But through it all, I still find my way to sit here and be here with you guys. Today, I have something very special that I would like to attempt to teach. Just giving an overview of just how did we get here and why we show up, right, on Mondays in the 7 o'clock hour. Me, myself, I'm considered to be a transformation coach, and I take that title very seriously because of my transformation. I think that when you're study transitioning in life, going to different levels in life, you need different people to assist you. I know some people will think like, well, what do you mean by you need different people? You think just because you got to a place, you don't need to get to another place. Every level you get to in life becomes the bottom level to the next level. The enemy of good is great. The enemy of great is good because some things can be good in your life and you it can be acceptable, but after a while the same old becomes tiring, right? You are meant to evolve, you're meant to develop, you're meant to grow, right? Me myself, I constantly goes through these different transformations, and one of the things that helps me with my transformation is the spirit, right? I was touched, I believe, by this spirit, and this spirit has allowed me to come back to areas that I choose not to come back to. It has me to connect with people that I do not want no, I don't even want to be around. I don't want to have conversation with them. But what's on me is bigger than what I desire. So it's not about me. So when I come back and I talk to a lot of you guys and I open up this feed line and I open up this podcast and I go to my YouTube channel, by the way, can you please subscribe to the YouTube channel? Somebody will love to hear this special type of work. Sometimes we take things for granted. We looking for the answers and we making requests. We want things to happen, but unfortunately, we miss the ship, right? We miss the ship or we miss what's supposed to be for us because we too busy evaluating other people. The things that we see, we allow it to affect what we need. I come on with this army suit on, right? Because I feel life is a battle and we are on the battlefield. The battlefield is called life. Whose life? It has to be your life. You have to look at your life and take it very seriously at this particular point right now. Everything is changing in the world right now. Why not take this moment to readjust yourself? I don't come on this feed to agree with the way you think. I would like to challenge the way you think and hope that you might think something different. In doing so, you can definitely help the people that surround you. We have to stop trying to hit the far away target and we have to stay right up inside of here, the things you can touch, right? So I welcome everybody on. Please forgive me for not being here when I should have been here, but the weather was very, very crazy. What's going on? Let's jump right into it. I think I need this meeting and this greeting more than you do. But the fact remains, I'm here, you here. Let's go ahead and get ourselves adjusted right now. We have to break some things up off of us right now. We have to reposition ourselves right now. The only way to do that, we have to put commands on ourselves. Our mind operates like a computer. We move like a robot, but we need to be able to take commands from self right now. So right now we need to ground ourselves, right? This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. We come on every Monday. I have an invisible crown army. They make the front line. These is the people I show up for. If it's no one showing up, I do expect for them to show up because when they show up, things happen. I'm a true believer. Two or three come touching and agreeing. that we can go out here and we can get what we need. What's up, America? How is everybody doing today at this present time? This is the nighttime right now. I would love to light the fire, right? I believe that he led some people by a cloud by day, but at night he had to light a fire. And with that fire, sometimes it keeps you warm. Sometimes it might scare you. But guess what? We have no need to be scared of anything. Right now, we come back to readjust who we are, to recognize whom we are. It's not going to be many people that tune in to this type of feed because they're not ready for what it is that they asking for. To get what you asking for, we have to prepare. We have to train. We have to change the way we viewing things. We can't just keep sitting in groups, sitting in organizations, listening to everybody else, and no one speaking your language. I only hope and desire that I can reach you on a level to let you know that we both need this adjustment right now. So what I would like to do at this present time, I would like to just say, man, our eyes is coming open, our ears is coming open, our minds is coming open, our hearts is coming open. We need to feel this energy. We need to feel this vibe. We need to feel the spirit. The only way we're going to do it is we're going to have to ground ourselves and make sure that we use self-affirmation. What is that? That small, powerful phrase that we tell ourselves it's about to get better for us. We have to encourage ourselves. Do what? Through self-empowerment, right? Self-encouragement. We have to be the MVP, the most valuable player when it comes down to this thing called life. People are dependent on you to be you. You keep choosing everybody but yourself. I understand we want everything. We want everything. But what if I told you on a scale of 1 to 100, right? We desire the things of the world. We want relationships. We want people, we want places, and we want things. But can we at least become 100% so when we get these things, we can operate them fully, we can be at our full potential? That means we made the most out of every opportunity. We didn't miss anything because of our ears. Our ears was listening, right, to what was being said. Our eyes was seeing the beauty of colors and things like that. We take so many things for granted right now. We got the ability to walk. Some of us, we don't even thank the Creator for even creating us the way He created us. He gave us 2 hands so we have things. He gave us legs so we can walk, so we can run. When we get up out the bed in the morning, we don't think about walking. We just get up and walk. But why, when it comes down to decisions and choices and things we need to do, we get confused. We don't want to make a choice because of fear. False evidence appearing real. Well, today we here to address those things, and I would love to address those things with you because every season, every period in time repeats itself. The only thing change, hopefully, will be you. You will be better. You will handle yourself better. You will manage your things better, and that's what we're here for. We're here for bigger, better, greater. I hope you guys continue to log in. I don't want to lose anybody on my beat. We are in a great place. I would just tell you to hold your position right now. Listen, we got to tune it up and we got to turn it up right now. We got to go deeper. You know what I mean? So what's up, guys? This is the Monday Mighty Meltdown. My name is Adonis D. Johnson. I'm your transformation coach, but you can call me AJ the Wildfire. At this particular point, we got to go higher, right? The only way we going higher, we have to address what? We have to address ourselves. We have to go back in time. We got to look back at some of the choices we made over this past week. Not just this week. Let's just go back to today. What choices did you make today, right? Not to mention whatever you do today will affect your tomorrow. What will tomorrow be? It'll be Tuesday. And what you do Tuesday will affect Wednesday, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Thursday, Friday, and Friday, Saturday. But we got to rewind that all the way back because we start right here. We start right now. There's no excuses for us. There's no one we can point the finger at. There's nobody going to come and get us but you. And the only way that's going to happen is we got to get to a certain point. We got to come to a certain point in time, and recognize the only one that's been holding us up, the only one that's been stopping us is self, not addressing the things within yourself. Like, what done happened to you along the way? Why are you so strong? Why is your demands so high? And it supersedes where you at right now. Can we remove the demands? Can we remove the expectations? Can we remove the goals? Remove the titles. Remove what you think you should have. And let's just go ahead and roll on down to actually what you have right now. Because if you release everything, if you release the position, right, and you release the role, right, what will open up for us all is an opportunity. And inside of that opportunity, yay, inside of that opportunity is what your children is waiting for. It's what the community is waiting for. It's what your family is waiting for. It's what your next level is waiting for. It's what your dreams is built on, an opportunity. But if you keep being greedy, if you keep trying to connect yourself to any and everything, right, at some point you got to let it go. Let it go. Check yourself, your motives, your thoughts, because something is hindering and getting in the way, and we need to make sure that we can breeze through this period of time right now. I understand for some, right, they in unfamiliar places. Well, guess what? Everybody is in unfamiliar places. The financial sector is being hit right now. The government is being hit right now. Everything has changed. The only thing that has not changed is the fact that you know this is an inside job. We work from inner to outer so we can build our inner peace. We can get some inner strength, but we first need to listen to the inner voice. I know some people ask me, do you meditate? Well, what do you think this is? I meditate. I do whatever it takes. I do whatever it takes just to get a breakthrough, just to make sure that I can come back full and fill all of us up with something amazing right now. If you're not understanding the voice that I'm using, this is my coaching voice. Why do I need a coaching voice? Because I have to coach myself. And if I'm coaching myself, then what I look to do is win. Win at what? Win at this game called life. Whose life? Your life, my life. On what? The battlefield. Time out. Can you see why we in this huddle? No one's talking the language that we need to talk. We got too many people plotting, too many people scheming, too many people selling you dreams, and they ain't even living their own dreams. We living in a time of perception. We like what we see, but we don't understand what we know. Why? Because you don't know enough about you to be inquiring about someone else. At the end of the day, there are very special people out here, and they are very important. They are very important to where you going right now. They possess what you need. They possess what you need, even if you don't have what they need, right? And I understand sometimes we want to serve our purpose. Everybody in this world or anything that was created with a purpose, and you do not want to live not knowing what your purpose is. The creator gave you a purpose, and your purpose is to get the things that you desire. Your purpose is to get the peace that you desire, the love that you desire. All these particular things make up who you are right now. And guess what? People are waiting on you, and I'm here to help you be you. Why do I hit this repeat button? Because we don't need to restart. We need to repeat. Repeat what works, and let's stay away from what does not work. Do you go into the gym and say, today I don't want to do cardio? People are still doing cardio. Do you sit here and go and tell the pastoral staff, hey, let's not use the Bible. Let's use the Quran. They're using the same Bible they've been using 20 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. The same Bible you using today. That's if you read. But we living in a time zone where people are not reading right now. People are not reading the instructions. They want what they want, but they're not doing the work. And one thing I can definitely say for myself, being that we calling this time out, anything goes, right? Anything goes. Don't put no expectations on me because I don't put none on you. But one thing we going to get for certain, two things we going to get for sure. We going to the next level, whether you like it or not. Y'all, we have to prepare for the alternate route. There's an alternate route that we're about to prepare for. And with that alternate route, how did that happen? With that alternate route, I must bring you guys to this next segment. We have to do an amazing recap, right? The recap went on from last week, and I can not even look this up, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what actually transpired place last week. We was using this mighty man of God that was in the Bible, ordinary person, right? This is a recap, and then I will flip the script. I like to use scriptures, so I like to use that in my teachings because it helps me. I can come on and I can use worldly wisdom all day. I can sit here and sell you dreams about money. I can sit here and tell you you can have a house, you can get a car, you can get a husband, you can get a wife, You can get suits. You can get whatever you want. Those is things of the world. But who's going to tell you that I can help you be a better you by understanding some of the things that happen in your life, right? Because I had to do this. How did I do this? I had to first identify what I learned. What I learned was installed. It could have been installed when I was 5. It could have been installed when I was 10. But at a late age, I had to uninstall the things that I learned. I had to question everything, every action, every decision, every person that came in my life, every person that went out of my life. I studied. I studied their plays. I studied their moves to understand what would make me a better me. I had to become a student before I even thought about being a teacher, right? So at this point, I wanted to use and recap about David. And David was somebody that I really do identify with. And what happened with David last week that we learned is that he was in a city. The city was called Ziklag. The city was called Calumet City. The city was called Chicago. The city was called the West Side, the Hundreds, the Wild Wild. It don't matter what city it was called. It was called your last name. It was called your family, right? It was called your family. It was called your relationship. Let's just go ahead and go in. Let's just change it up a little bit. Let's make it interesting, right? Let's make it interesting. Anything you don't like about what I'm saying, charge it to me. Charge it to my head. Charge it to my head for trying to convey a message. For those that can connect to me, I welcome you. For those that can't, give me a little time. I'll call on the spirit, and I guarantee you we'll be able to make a connection, and we can identify with what? Identify that we need this right here. We need something different. If you're going to get something different, you need to do something different. I come here because of desperation. My desperation has led me to humiliation. Humiliation has sit here and got me laughed at, done had tomatoes threw at me, then had rocks threw at me. And what I do with the rocks, I kept them and I built something amazing. What I do with the tomatoes, I made me some tomato sauce and I'm eating spaghetti. So if you see why I'm over here so strong, because my humiliation season I was able to handle. But when I went from humiliation, I went into separation. That's the point where I had to be by myself. Some of us, 2020 was your by yourself moment, but you keep saying the quarantine weight. How's you going to get the quarantine weight off of you? First off, you got to identify how did it get on you. You see, this is what we need to do mentally when we trying to uninstall things out of our mind. We got to recognize that, man, I done gained what? I done gained 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds. If you can recognize that you done gained pounds due to this situation, then let's talk about your heart. Let's talk about your finances. What happened in that area, right? Did you have gains or did you take losses? Do you have assets or do you have liability? Come on, y'all. That's outwardly. Let's go inwardly right now. Let's talk about human capital versus human error. Here come the fire now. At this particular point, let's talk about the way you communicate, the words that comes out. Why is it that when you hear something, your mouth just starts speaking before you start thinking? You don't try to build it. You don't try to put it in a certain way. You don't have no format to how you release. You just say what you're going to say. This is the type of thing that I'm trying to express to you. Human capital, human error. We can check these areas. We can fix these areas. But first, we have to identify with these areas. How can we identify? If we ground ourselves, it's called self-realization. Once we ground ourselves and we come to a clear understanding of what we have, if you don't have a dime, then you ain't got nothing. If your credit is off, then my credit's off. At least we don't look at something that's off, right, for an option. Some people is good without credit. Why? Because credit just means you got debt. Everything that you're borrowing means you don't have it in liquid. You don't have it in your bank account. So you borrowing what you don't have. And that was some of our issues right now, right? That's from a financial sector. But some of us, we're taking loans out, even with people, right? We hijacking people. These are some more of the things I'm seeing before we get to David. We borrowing their peace. We're borrowing their joy. We hijacking their love. We trying to compromise. We don't eat off each other, army. We come here because we in unity right now through spirit and truth. I don't go further. I don't come on talking my own will. It's something greater than me that has me to connect to you. And that's why I'm here. I'm very clear on my purpose. I need you to be very clear on your purpose because things will happen. If you identify, I'm not here to turn nobody on or please nobody. At the end of the day, you don't have to like me, but honor the work. The work is what you need in order to succeed in where you're going right now. We talked about this mighty man called David, and David had this city called Ziklag. But why the wives hit their wives and their children was at home. The men was out training. They was on the Mighty Monday Meltdown like you right now. This is not a TV show. This is not an entertainment show. This is real life right now. This is things I believe in. I've been believing in this for the last 8 years. And I can stand and tell you that it's all about the results right now. There's something in scripture that says faith without works. We don't have to keep talking. We can let that faith, we can let them results speak for us right now. We can let what have you accomplished in the last 3 years? What have you done over a certain period of time? How have you managed some of the things? Let's go into something called experience. If you wanted a job, or work for someone, they will ask you for a resume. On your resume, it will talks about your skills. It will talk about your credentials. Also, it will have your experience, right? Well, guess what? For some of us, some people been married, some people never been married. Some people been married, and some people have a divorce. That means they know what it means to break up with somebody when somebody else don't know what it means to connect with somebody. You see, we all in different places right now, but experience is something we don't talk about. I urge each and every last one of you, while you in this grounding point, we only grounding ourselves so we can see where we going. We only grounding ourselves so we can see what's ahead of us right now. As I begin to pump this lesson, push this lesson, and lay this lesson out before you're going to have an amazing time, and you're going to experience a transformation at this point that you didn't have before you got here. So let's keep moving. David came with his men, and they was training, working with each other. It wasn't no women. It was all men doing what men do. The ladies was doing what ladies do, while the men was doing what men do, right? And somehow a raiding party, some raiding people, right? Some riders, some outlaws, some vigilantes, right? Some thoughts, some thugs, some boots, whoever you want to call them. They came and they was raiding, they was stealing, they was taking, right? Whoever, whether it was white supremacists, whoever it was, they were stealing what was not theirs. They were stealing what was not theirs. How many times have you came into somebody's life and you took what wasn't yours? You took information that wasn't for you. You listened on a phone call that was accidentally dialed to you, and it was accidentally dialed to you, and you listened anyway, knowing the call wasn't for you, but you took the call anyway, right? You took the call anyway, and you listened. It wasn't for you, so you raided something. So what happened with these raiders? They came into David's city, burnt his city down, took everything he had, burnt the city down. Now, they didn't know this. So the ladies and the children, they went to somewhere else. That means a foreign location. How many times have you connected with somebody else and you end up in a place you never seen before? You never went to the club or nothing, but now you at the club. You never been in a conversation that was so boisterous about what they want, and you looking like, well, man, is this really what I want? Have you ever been in a situation where people know what they want, but you don't know what you want? And you questioning why they want it as if something is wrong with you? That's because you are in an unfamiliar place, and your experience is you have no experience in this area. Some people have no experience in a successful relationship. They only have experience in failure. But I'm here to help you with failure because I'm successful in my failures. I'm successful in my failures because I can go back and address my failures. I can address my failures. Failures can be the beginning. Failures can be the middle, but failures can never be the end. It's not over for us. How do I know this? Because when I thought it was over for me, and I gave up on this thing called life, I gave up on trying to date, I gave up on trying to work for someone after constantly losing my position in the world that made me somebody. I gave up on my people because my people did me the worst amongst other people, my people was the worst. I gave up on family because family didn't treat me like I felt like I treated them, or I wanted to treat them if I was in a better position. Well, what happened? A transformation happened. Well, the Spirit saw me crying. The Spirit saw me down. The Spirit saw me by myself, but I was honest with myself. I recognized where I was at. For some of you, this is what you came on this feed for right here. You came for this moment, right? You came for something real. You came for somebody that's going to speak something straight to you. If you can feel me, then I can feel you. But I want to make sure that I'm covered, that when I leave off of this feed, that I don't have no backlash or nothing come back on me. So I'm going to call down the Spirit and ask it to meet us in this huddle and set up a parameter around to make sure don't nothing get in and don't nothing come out. Everything has to be checked right now. This is when we strip ourselves down right now. If you want to take a flight and you want to go somewhere else, we don't have to leave our environment, but we can change the way we think in our environment. One way to do that is to call on the Spirit. When the Spirit comes down, right, it comes in, it comes down and it comes in. But when it starts working, there's nothing you can do but surrender, be submissive, open up. Come on, God, we need you now. We need you now like we never needed you before. We don't want to complain about what's going on right now, but we're recognizing that the world is off. We didn't create this world. We just in this world. And if we're going to be in this world, then we need to have a purpose to know why we here. If we can affect anybody, God, let us first affect ourselves. Let us look at ourselves a little bit different. We need a change. And the only way we can have a change is for you to show us ourselves. So we ask it that you will put the mirror in front of us right now. We want to self-reflect on the things that we do and the things that we don't do, the things that we need to do. But God, we need you to regulate right now. Regulate us so we can move and shift to a different place right now. We hold in our position so we can receive you in every area in our life, but we have to identify. We ain't done everything that we should have done. God, we said things that we should not have said. We thought thoughts that we should not have thought. We have tripped people, sabotaged people, hurt more people than people can hurt people. We did it. Our hands is dirty, but in you, God, you can cleanse us. In you, God, you can wash us. If we confess publicly right now that, God, we need you, we need another opportunity. We want to just come clean right now. We ain't did everything we were supposed to do. We bought the book, but we ain't read the book. We bought the audio, but we ain't listened to it. We wanted the relationship, but we ain't take our time. We want to be in things that we don't understand. We want to sit here and buy stuff, but don't want to read the instructions. And then when it breaks down, we sitting here looking stupid, God. But today we look stupid in front of you. Today we broken in front of you. Today we in separation in front of you because of you. You put us by ourselves. You sent us to humiliation, but now we're shifting to separation, God, so we can get in position for restoration. We need to be restored because we lost it all. We lost our confidence. We lost our strength. Some of us lost our mind. We lost our dignity. We lost our voice to even speak for ourselves, that we prefer somebody else to speak on our behalf, and they don't even know what we're going through. They don't even know we starving. They don't even know we low in finances. They don't even know we don't have no income. They don't even know that we on a break of breaking right now. But God, you cover us. You still let the light shine. There's more people out here that got more than us and hate on us. Why is that? It got to be because of you, God. You have to have us set up for something special. So we're grateful that we can decrease right now, God. I'm grateful that we can sit down, and we've been sitting down in your presence. We've been bowing down in your presence. We've been laying down in your presence. Why? Because when you're done filling us up 80%, when you're done giving us what we need 83%, when you're done uploading 87%, we can stand up when we're ready. And when we stand up, it's time to move. Move in what? Move in you and through you to accomplish everything that you will have for us to accomplish. Nothing will stand in the way because you order our steps. You order our walk. You order our talk, and you're helping us. You're helping us today, and you're training us for the war ahead. We ain't sitting here because we're going to be lazy. We ain't sitting here because we don't want to do anything. We want to be used. We want to be used, and if we got to be considered to be the radical ones, if we got to be considered to be the crazy ones, we going to be crazy in you because you love those that can stand out and speak up for what it is right. And before we get to them, what about me? We got to address ourselves first. What do I get out the deal? Yes, Lord. Yay. And we're grateful that you're taking your place in our life. And we're grateful that you're cleansing us and you correcting us and you realigning us so we can hit our target, so we can see clearly right now. Thank you for removing things up off of us, disconnecting things, disabling any thoughts, blocking all confusion, any loneliness, any abandonment. God, you're washing us. We don't have nothing to complain about when we in your presence. We was only tripping because we couldn't get in your presence. We didn't know we had to strip ourselves. We didn't know we had to break it down and bust it down before you. But we do it right now. We do it before you because you are our God. Cover us in your son, Jesus' name. Amen. Time check. Listen, guys, let's go ahead and bust it. David came back, and what happened with David and Ziklag? Amen. For everybody in the room, thank you guys for logging on. I appreciate those that's not afraid to say hello. All right, on Facebook, we're going live. YouTube, we're going live. I'm grateful for everybody. Hey, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not disappointed in you. I'm not embarrassed of you. I will only hate that some people really is embarrassed of a man that only come back to help his people. But I don't see nobody out here doing it like I'm doing it. Right? I don't see nobody out here building it from scratch. Taking a chance with it. I'll take a chance on myself before I take a chance with somebody else that ain't gonna get in my situation. I need people that's gonna get in, feel where I'm coming from, feel where I've been, feel what happened, and feel where I'm going, and ain't afraid to let me go, ain't afraid to release me, help me, push me, just so I can get where I need to be. I ain't finna sit here and be at the bottom. I was here temporarily, but it's not permanently. For some of you, you coming up out this situation too, because he already told me he's taking us an alternate route. He already told me that bigger, better, greater, we will have that. I just need to embed this thing in you. I need to brand it in you. I am my life coach. That is the answer that you've been looking for. What you looking for was already put in you. Confidence. Did he not tell Moses, Moses, you got to go back? But Moses was free. Why was he free? Because he ran away from what people was in what? In slavery. He saw what was right when people was doing wrong. He saw what was right and he ran away by himself. Found him a wife, got him a children, had children, was living real comfortable. But God said, I need to use you. I need to use you. You know he asked to use you. Some of you got new businesses. Some of you on a whole nother level. Some of you got strength behind. When you started at the beginning, you were so weak and busted up. Now you strong. You talk real crazy. Now you talk real confident. Now you got your head up. Now you got more than you done had in the last 2 years. And that's because you grounded yourself. So you no longer lose control or be out of control. But even if you did do that, you check yourself real quick and you get back to where you're supposed to be. And for that right there, we got to honor him. For that right there, we got to give him glory, because that's what he do. That's how you know when he's active in your life. And what Moses had to do, he had to go back and get those people that was trapped. See, they didn't get the encounter. Only Moses got it. He got it. They didn't. He got it. You got it. Don't you see why we ain't getting bigger? We got the right people to here to do the right thing, but we don't need to throw the frequency off. We don't need to throw the flow off. So let's go further. David came back and the city was burnt down. People was in new places. What did the people want to do to him? The people around him, his family, his friends, your girlfriends, the guys you know, your cousins, them, talking about you, because friends got friends that ain't your friend. Family members got friends that they feel like that's their cousin and sister more than you, their cousin and sister. But you don't have no regulation. We have to regulate now what we have right now. You see, it ain't about the conversation that they have. It's about the invitation. You keep having these invitations that opens up conversations with nobodies, people that can't provide anything for you. How do you allow people to bankrupt your account, take what you have and drain you? They can't do nothing with what you got, but you can do something with what you got. This is why we're losing in areas, you guys, because we're allowing ourselves to connect with people that don't want to go higher. They only want to find out why you on fire, what's going on with you. So what you do now? So where you worship at now? Where your church at? My church is, you looking at it right now. I'm the best thing that you're going to see right now in this moment. But everybody want to put you somewhere, and then you feel guilty because you ain't thought about this, because God been so heavy on your life, working in your life and through your life. You ain't even thought about, man, I ain't been to church. You ain't thought about, I done missed communion. You've been doing your own communion. Every time you bowed your head, every time you looked at some bread and put some butter on it, every time you put that juice up or that champagne up, at the end of the day, what it feels like, it feels good to know that you're covered. It feels good to know that your tomorrows is covered. It feels good to know that his presence is present, right? But what we have to do, we have to work on the transition. Some of you rough when it comes down to shifting. You be like, I just need to shift. Your shift sounds like, You got a hard shift. Your mind is a hard shift. Your mouth is a hard shift. The way you communicate is a hard shift. Your love is a hard shift. It ain't no transition. Why people just got to come in your life and gangster? Why it can't be no strategic strategy to it? Why it can't just be smooth? Why loving somebody, talking to somebody, listening to somebody? Why it can't be smooth? Why we got to keep nitpicking? Why we got to keep stealing, right? Why we got to keep asking this and hitting that? Why we just can't take our time and just let it build? Transitions, you guys. We got to work on our transition in this phase. 2021, get your transition together. Don't let nobody see when you're in the spirit or when you're not in the spirit. At the end of the day, what am I saying? Stay on God. What am I saying? Stay on God. So what happened? The men that was around David wanted to kill David because they lost something. How many of you done sit here, done took the same risk as somebody else? But see, some of us, we want stuff, but we don't want to lose nothing. We want love, but we don't want our feelings to hurt. We want to sit here and be with somebody, but we don't want the fact that sometimes we ain't gonna be with them. See, we need to mature. Mature means develop. Develop what? Enough common sense to know that I can't sit here and sink you and me. I should be here to empower you. I should be here to give you what you need so you can continue to do what God will have for you to do, as I do what God will have for me to do. But what if I told you, if you the one that's throwing people off, then God will deal with you. If you the one that's sabotaging, if you the one, then that's why some of us are trapped, and I get to that. So David sought out God. He went and seek God, and it said, and David got his strength. 600 people out here, the only person that got some strength is one person. 600 people, and the only one that got some strength was one person. Come on, y'all. This sounds very familiar. One person out of your group, why I ain't getting no strength? Why I don't know how to go to God? Why I don't know how to talk to him? Why I don't know how to seek him out for my own strength? Because you want me dependent on you, but you ain't teaching me how to go out there for myself. Okay, I got to fix that. Watch this. David went to God. God said, pursue. He asked God, would you allow me to regain? Should I go after the perpetrators? God answered yes, right? He said, would I have victory? God said yes. He began to be on his journey. On his journey, he had 600 men, fighting men. We just got through training. This is real time right now, right? It wasn't after the mission started, 200 of them decided they could not endure. They got exhausted, as the scripture says. When they got exhausted, that means they fell off. Some of you are exhausted. You are exhausted. Your finances out. You done exhausted. Your credit limits out. You done exhausted. Your can you borrows out. You done exhausted because you keep asking for what you want, what you need. Don't you know God got his hand heavy on you right now that you can't do nothing just because his hand's on you? That means he ain't letting you go until you learn how to humble yourself so you can get to this area of restoration right now. He's trying to get the thing out of you that keeps making you believe you want what you want, because you keep watching everybody else, wondering when it's going to happen for you. Today it's happening for you because we reading these instructions. Today it's happening for you. 200 people got exhausted and they stayed there chilling. They decided they wasn't going on a mission. Stop right there. I've been that person before. Come on. When it comes down to my dreams, some stuff I'll be like, God, I don't look like I'm going to get this. So let me just chill here. It ain't going to happen for me. Everybody else get it. I get it. That's okay. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm right here. What God got for me is for me. He said what was for you was in your chase. It was in your desire. It was in how much you had in you. It was in your understanding that he put in you for your full potential. That's what he put in you. But you decided whatever God wants. You don't want what God wants. Okay? because he already told you what he wanted for you. You get the instructions already. It's your little self that can't move and do what you need to do. 200, chill, and decide I'm done. They gonna look stupid, right? Let them go on the Mighty Monday Meltdown and look stupid. I ain't going on. I'm good. I'm gonna watch me, Mr. Jakes. You keep watching Mr. Jakes. Mr. Jakes a millionaire. Let's see how much millions he gives you, okay? Because at the end of the day, the reason why your millions and your money and things are on hold is because you failed to have the conversations by the one that was sent to have the conversation with you right now. I only can speak according to what it is I have experienced and what it is I know. I know what I say. I can confirm what I say, and I stand on what I say. That's why I know I'm here in authority, not no authority. I'm here in purpose. That's my protection. So at the end of the day, if you listen a little longer, then maybe I'll give you what you need, and you can do what it is you need to do. You don't need to give me no credit. To God be the glory. That's it. That's all. So let's move. So I told you it was in the conversation, right? But the invitation. David went back to God. Should I continue to go further, God? God said, please go ahead and go. So David had to leave somebody behind. Come on, y'all. How many times you felt somebody left you behind? How many times have you sit here and said, you know what? They ain't on what we on. I'm finna go on to the club, girl. They ain't going. Forget them. We going, right? They left them behind, right? Now, that supposed to have been, the crew supposed to roll together. So you got to learn how to leave people behind. Then David and his crew, they found somebody that was left on the road, right? He was left to die. Per the scriptures, he was out there 3 days. He didn't have no food, didn't have no water, left to die. Why did he get left? Because with his group, which was the riders, which was the wilderness, which was the roofs, right? These was the people out in the jungle. These was my people that we was a little radical, like AJ. I speak a certain type of way. People be like, your tone. You're never what I'm saying. It's always my tone, because they want something pleasant, right? And I can't give it to them like that. My God don't speak to me like that. My God comes like, listen, you here to do what you here to do. I'm not a soldier. Soldier get told what to do. I'm a warrior. Why am I a warrior? Because of the people that's behind me, that's supporting me, that's following me. I'm fighting on their behalf. If one person is following me, then I'm pressing on their behalf. I'm fighting on their behalf. I'm going in on their behalf. A lot of these things I got to go in and get. I don't even need them, but they need them. They need the experience. They need the encounter. I put my sacrifice up on the line. I put my humiliation up on the line. When it comes down to what do I bring to the table? What do they bring to the table? I bring my experience and the things I experience on the people that roll with me. I bring my experience in place so that they can get what they need, that they don't have to go through the things that I went through. They don't have to be cut short. I balance out their inexperience with my experience. I done went through hell, hot water, dropped to the bottom, chased throughout the car, jumped out the building, all that, just so I could stand on their behalf and advocate and say, listen, they getting their peace, they getting that joy, they getting that prosperity, they getting that money, because we need it, because it's a tool. It's a tool to help them get the life that they desire for themselves. They're going to get it for themselves because I'm good already. But I have to come back and make sure a few people is good too. So somebody can witness and say, didn't God do it? Didn't he give it to you? Didn't he sit here and tell you he was going to do what he said he was going to do? And you heard it. And when you heard it, you knew it was for you and nobody else. Then that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to release it. I'm here to release it. I'm here to help stir it up so you can get what you need, right? So listen, David went and asked God, hey, God, let me pursue them. They found this man. He was left out here, but he used to have his own crew. Some of you was left. You used to have your man. You used to have your woman. You used to have your favorite person to be around, right? And what ended up happening? What's going on YouTube? I see y'all back there. Peace and blessings, man. Y'all better throw some hearts up every now and then. Come on, y'all. Give me something, right? Don't just leave me out here by myself on the front line. But I'm here. I'm on the front line with you. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. This is where we come and we just transforming ourselves. What we're practicing so, and we're preparing ourselves for what's ahead. So when we get there, we're going to put into practice what it is we learn. We're going to put into practice what it is we learn. We're going to learn how to forgive. We're going to learn how to say, I'm sorry. We're going to learn how to sit here and say sorry, but not sorry. We're going to learn how to shift. We're going to learn how to transition, right? Transition without causing no interruption, right? So David fed this man. They gave him water. They gave him bread. How many times did somebody do something for you And you sitting here telling us, yeah, that's their representative. But you ate it. Didn't it feel good to you? Didn't you like the representative? Wow, what? Maybe that was just what was supposed to revive you. Maybe that supposed to brought you back to who you should have been. Maybe somebody needs to love you to another place to open up your eyes, and then you go find what you're looking for. Maybe somebody had to come in and hold the gap, and you had to walk over their back. Or somebody had to come and pull you up, carry you, and then release you, and then you find what you're looking for. They found someone laying on the road. They could have left him there to die because he was already left. What they do, they fed him. They fed him, and once he was strong, David wanted to have a talk with him. And he said, hey, what are you doing? Where are you from? The man began to say that, hey, I'm a warrior, but I got sick along the journey. And along this journey that I got sick, my master threw me away and left me to die because I got ill. You see, he still had value to him. I relate to this character so much with myself because some people only see my outside. They don't understand I got value to me. Value meaning I done seen some stuff. I done been through some stuff. I got some skills. This was a warrior that was kicked out and booted out, all because he got sick, got stuck with the wrong one. He got stuck with a Delilah. He got stuck with a Jezebel, right? He got stuck with somebody that was not good. Okay, let's go further. You got stuck with an ignorant person. You got stuck with a person that wasn't good over money. Have you ever dated somebody that you don't know how you got into this relationship with them, right? Let's go further. Have you ever sit here and done something you were like, I don't even know why I even did this right here. You got stuck. You signed a contract. You put another phone in you didn't need another bill. You already was complaining about money. They sit here and say, you get a free phone. You came in and done upgraded now. Now you done locked yourself back in another contract. This man had valuable information. What David was looking for was inside of him. Let's stop, you guys. What David was looking for was inside of somebody else. My point that I'm trying to make to you is be careful about who you want to get rid of. Be careful about who you want to release. Be careful about judging somebody off of temporary because what you looking for might be inside of somebody else. And he said to David, can you promise me, and I'm done with the recap, that if I lead you to them, you don't hand me over? David said, I will promise you. Could you imagine being left to die, right? He was a raider. Now he got 400 soldiers behind him. He went from being the bottom to having his own army, including a king behind him, following him. David was following his instructions. The soldiers was following his instructions. And when they surrounded the camp, they had to fight all night. You see, some of you, what's up with your actions? What's up? Why are you so short temper? Why are you so willing to just give up on everything? You don't want to fight for nothing. You just want everything to lay there, and then you don't understand what you have because you want to be fed. You want to be hand fed, right? He gave you hands to feed yourself, but you don't want to do that. You want to be fed. You want to be catered to, right? You want to be handicapped. And everything was returned back to them. And that's how that story ended. That's enough of that, you guys. What I need to do now, I need to go and I need to flip the script. But before I do that, I have to reset the room. What's going on, you guys? This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown for all you guys. I only ask that you share the feed. If you want to pick up the hoodie, I'm thankful for everybody that shows the support. Come on, you guys. We got to get the word out here some way, somehow. People will hate on you for being you, but the world will pay you to be you. When you become you, you got to send a message. Let the world know I am my life coach. Maybe you won't get judged so much. I'm my life coach, not yours. That means what I do, I know what I'm doing. You see, we intentionally living right now. You did this intentionally. Absolutely. Adonis, you did this intentionally. Yes, I did. Right? Did it offend you? It offended me. Well, then I apologize, but I meant what I said. My point that I'm trying to express to you is that you have to be accountable for the choices that you make right now at this point. And I am my life coach will help you with that. We have coffee mugs. We have flags. This is how serious we is. We've been serious for the past years. We've been serious because at some point you done messed up this thing called life with the way people taught you about God and religion that you don't even know how to be yourself. Because everything you try to do, you be like, is this a sin? Is this a sin? That's a sin. This is sin. Ain't nothing you can do. He said, and there's no one perfect on earth. You need to become yourself. Then you can understand what you do. He was just really saying, be mature about what you do. Don't be reckless. Okay, you got reckless people out here right now, right? And you need to be mature about what you're doing. So what I want to get off into real quick, you guys, I got to bust this one lesson down. I want to thank everybody. Go to the IamMyLifeCoach.com shop and grab that hoodie, black and white. We got all sizes all the way up to a 4X right now. The hoodies is going. I'm starting to post. Please excuse me for taking my time because I got many other things that I'm doing. I'm building this little financial structure that's going to be added to the I Am My Life Coach sector. We got a lot of stuff coming up in the future. Some Clubhouse open conversations. Write your questions down. We're going to have open dialogue. You're not going to be just listening to me. I want to hear what you got to say. I was invited to be a host in the Clubhouse room. And what do you know? Your transformation coach, you guys, lit that thing up, okay? I represented the Invisible Crown Army, that God can be present through me and he can speak the way he chooses to speak. And I handled myself so well because it wasn't about me. It was about the foundation. It was about the infrastructure. That's what he's calling for us to work on right now. We have to redo our infrastructure right now. We have to make sure that we standing on what we're standing on in the infrastructure, the support beams. You can't lean on somebody that's not prepared to handle you, right? I can't keep speaking to people that can't handle my conversation. People have put me in a box and don't understand I know how to get out, right? They're looking like, you need to get in this box. I'm looking like, what? I can get in the box, out the box. It don't even matter for me. But at the same time, there's no disrespect to no one. It's only to let people understand I'm here to help people. Even if it's not you, I want to help somebody that's connected to you. Everything might not be for you. It might be for the people that surround you. But if you never become you, then guess what? You are a tire with a hole in it. Every time some air go in you, it comes out of you. But you ain't rolling. You ain't doing anything. So let's go to 2 Samuel 24. I'm finna bust something down so you guys can see what the Spirit taught me, and I'll give it to you, right? That's 2 Samuel 24. And I'm done. Rolling in, I'm rolling out. For some of you, I'm so raw with the material, right? I'm so raw with who I am because I know this is the way that I'm supposed to give it to you. You have to bake your own cake, but I'm going to give you the ingredients. It's one of those things where some people say that, you can give a person a fish and feed them for a day, but you can teach a person how to fish. No one taught you how to fish for anything, especially when it came to you. What they made you feel like is you was incompetent, you was slow, you was stupid, you was dumb. At the end of the day, it ain't what they thought, it's what God thought. You was too busy trying to please them. They think I'm this here. They trying to act like I don't know nothing. Hey, listen, get over yourself. It's what God think about you and what you think about God. That's all that matters, right? You know the song that Marvin Sapp said, he saw the best in me. That's what you should have been focusing on, but you keep focusing on what everybody else said. And I told you last week, sticks and stones will break my bone, but word will never hurt. That is the biggest lie you ever told yourself because you still get upset every time somebody bring your name up. Don't bring my name up. At the end of the day, why they can't bring your name up? Your name ain't squeaky clean. It ain't never been squeaky clean. But maybe if we bring your name up, maybe we can get it clean. Maybe God can say, I want to use that name. You can pray and ask somebody to bring my name up, Lord. Bring my name up. I don't care if you bring my name up for something disturbing. I don't care if you bring my name up for something bad. I don't care if you bring my name up for something that's the most humiliating thing. At the end of the day, I'll be telling you to God be the glory. Restoration, what did that set me up for? Preparation. We've been prepping right now. Prepping for what? The new season that's in play right now. We in play and we finna press forward. And in our pressing forward, what we go to do is we go to elevation. So we have to elevate, right? This call gonna probably come back through, you guys. Work on the transitions, right? Because I gotta get that. So I gotta get to the scripture real quick. 2 Samuel 24. Let me go ahead and let me rip this and then get up out of here. Yes, Lord. Verse 1. Again, the anger of the Lord burned against Israel. Stop. For some of you that want to paint the pretty God, the loving God, my sweet God, God will discipline you in a heartbeat. Do you hear me? And for real, for real. That's why I never lead us in prayer or in his presence or ask for his presence. You see, lead us in his presence or ask for his presence. It's either we got to go that way or he got to come this way. We on the battlefield in a timeout. So I asked him to come down here so that we could stay where we at right now. You can stay in your house, in your room, in your car, wherever you at. And I'm saying, God, look, come down here and be with us for a second, right? So he's here. But don't think by fire that his anger won't burn against you, because some of you keep doing the same old, keep doing the same thing, saying the same thing. You keep asking for the same thing as if he ain't heard you the first time. He heard you already. But who you making your request to? Are you making them to man or are you making them to God? Don't ask. Something to think about. So verse 1, it says the anger burned, right? And he incited David against them, saying, go and take a census of Israel and Judah. Stop. You see, somebody got to give you some orders and some direction. Some of you don't want to listen to nobody. You got to question everything. Why I got to go? Why I got to do this right here? Why? Everything ain't for you. Remember, God said his way ain't your way. Some of you have a problem with taking directions. Remember Queen Bati, right? And the king asked for her, Xerxes. Go get the queen. Tell the queen, come on. You done been gone for, you weren't even at my party. Now I want you to come for one day, for one moment to show you off, and she don't even show up, right? And she got cast down, right? She got, her crown got taken. Your crown, sometimes some of us ain't even had a crown. That's why this thing is an invisible crown, right? Listen to this. So the king, now, God told the king to do something, but watch what the king do. So the king said to Joab and the army's commanders, stop right there. I told you guys, everybody want to be prayer warriors. Everybody want to be intercessors. Everybody want to be prophets. Where's the warriors at? Anybody want to be an angel or a warrior? Right? This is this. So the king, right, King David, said to Joab and the army general, get it? Commander. There go commander. Some of you are commanders. Y'all commanders. Y'all commanders. Y'all just got to get in the role. Get in the role, right? With him. Go throughout the tribe of Israel from Dan to Beersheba, right? And enroll the fighting men. Fighting men, meaning you got to know what you need on your team. People that's fighting for their goals, people that's fighting to get to the next level, people that know how to allow God to use them and how to use God to get what it is that you're looking for. So we all can say to God be the glory. So we all can say to God be the glory. When I tell you I got a blessing, that should be to God be the glory, because that's the one that did it. You didn't do it. He did it, right? Let's not hold each other back. Come on, let's represent I Am My Life Coach. Let's represent the God that came down to help us, the Spirit of the living God. If he live in you, then guess what? All we can do is say, I am my life coach, because he's inside of us and he trusts what you do, and can't nobody judge you for doing what you do, because the Lord approved what you do when he was with you. Watch this. Listen to this. The fighting men. So I might know how many there are. Come on, how many Invisible Crown Army members we got? How many warriors we got right here? How many people? They go to census report, right? But Joab, he go to rebellious, replied to the king, may the Lord your God multiply the troops 100 times over, and may the eyes of my Lord, the king, see it. But why? You see that but? Every but cancel out everything else. Some of you, every time somebody say something to you, but I don't get it, but you didn't, but. Listen to this, but why does my Lord, the king, want to do such a thing? Now he's asking the king what the king told him to do. And the king said, listen to this. Next verse. Verse 4. The king's words, however, overruled. This is my point. Some of you complain, but you've been overruled. Some of you want what you want, but somebody around you overruled you because you don't show no respect to your mother. You don't show no respect to the overseers. You don't show no respect to the people he put in your life. You don't show no respect to the one that helped you get out the dark place. You don't think God knows who he sent to help you get over, get under, get around, get over, go through some of the stuff you done got through, and now you want to defile the one that was sent by God to help you? That was deep. I can't repeat it though, right? Listen to this. He said he overruled him, right? You've been overruled, right? So Joab and the commander, so they left the presence of the king to enroll the fighting men. But you didn't want to do it. See, sometimes You gotta do stuff you just don't want to do. You gotta go a little further. Like this feed. This feed was birthed out of me not wanting to do this feed, but I'm here to do this feed, and I do it with pride right now. I do it with pride, and I also I'm convicted by it because I have to forever remember I didn't want to do such a beautiful thing just to see some of your life go to another level, and knowing that I was the voice that was being used to help you make progress at some point in your life. That is honorable, okay? To God be the glory. Listen to this. Let me go and finish it up, you guys. So he went back and he did what he's supposed to do, right? Verse 9, jump to 9. This is getting critical. Here's the closeout. Joab reported the numbers of the fighting men to the king. He did it in Israel, and the 800,000, right? Able bodies. That means everybody that's on your beat ain't capable of giving you what you need. Everybody. Some people able, some people ain't able. Some people can give you what you desire, but some people ain't got it. They ain't got it, right? But you keep wondering, why they ain't doing this? Why they ain't doing this? Because you ain't got it. That's why. They can do it if they wanted to. Anybody can do whatever they put their mind to. People make time for what they want. And those words been the conviction word that backfired in your face because you ain't made no time to get your finances in order, to get yourself grounded, to check all the things that was unchecked in your life. You made no time for that, but want somebody else you want to cast a judgment on what somebody else would do. The Lord said, how can you release something you ain't even ate yet? That was good. So he did this in verse 9, right? Come on, let's go on down, right? David was constricted, right? After he had counted the fighting men, and he said to the Lord, David said to the Lord, listen to this, I have sinned greatly in what I have done. Question is, what did he do? Some of you don't even know what you did, but you better understand you did something. If we in a bad spot, if we ain't got what we need, we either, if God told us to go and we still on pause, if God told us to open up and we still close, if God told us to put it all on the line and we still tiptoeing with it, then you ain't ready yet. You fearing the wrong thing. You fearing falling on your face. You fearing a bad encounter. You ain't dealt with what it is that got you that experience in the first place. So guess what? Listen to this, you guys. This is deeper. Watch this. David said, I have sinned greatly in what I have done. Now, Lord. Yes, God. Now, Lord, I beg. Come on, y'all. Y'all better roll with me on this one. I beg, take away the guilt of your servant. I have done a very foolish thing. Stop right there. When the last time you done something foolish? When the last time you brought somebody up on charges? When the last time you done lost it and forgot your position? Lost your position, got threw out of your position by a nobody. Cut somebody out on social media, posted something, did a social media war against somebody. You lost your position. Something foolish. God called you to be the light, and you sitting here fighting with darkness. Light can go to the darkness and still be the light, but darkness can't come to the light and still be darkness. And you done compromised, done put both of y'all in the dark. Now you're in the dark, right? You're in the dark. Let's go. We in the dark. Night vision activated. Come on, God. We need you now. Give us our activation. Listen to this. Before David got up the next morning, come on, y'all. We right here tonight. Come on, Chris. You right here. Come on, Sonia. Where you at? I'm seeing you guys log in right now. Listen to this. Verse 11. Before David got up the next morning, the word of the Lord had come on Gad, the prophet. God spoke through somebody else, right? Listen to this. So many people try to run words to me. God told me to tell you. I'll be looking like, okay. David's seer. See, everybody has a seer. Like Sister Sonia is a seer on my behalf. So she sees things from Oklahoma. From California, right? She's in California, but she's a seer, right? Listen to this, Sonia. Go tell David. Put your name here. Go tell AJ, right? This is what the Lord said. I am giving you Invisible Crown Army. I am giving you. I told you, we about to have options, right? Options. We have options with God. When they say, whatever God wants for me, listen to this. David, seer. Go tell David, this is what the Lord said. I am giving you 3 options. God said, you guys, I'm giving you 3 options moving forward. You better pick wisely right now. Pick wisely right now. I'm giving you 3 options. Listen to this. 3 options. Choose one of them for me to carry out against you. 3 options. Pick one to carry out against you for your foolish behavior, for whatever you done, for your disobedience. Come on, don't act like we all got it right. Some of us, we think we do everything the right way. This is why we've been stuck. I'm finna unstick some people, and some of you finna really get this. Listen to this as I'm close out and I'm done. Pick one of these 3. So God went to David and said, shall one of the 3 come on you, right? Listen to this. You got 3 options. So God went to David and said to him, shall there come on you 3 years of famine on your land? Some of you under your 3 years right now. You in 3 years of hardship because you still ain't made a choice yet. Whatever God wants for you, he said, give him the 3 years. So he said, you got a choice. You can either get 3 years of famine in your land, 3 months. That go your 90 for 90, my 90 for 90. We under the 90 for 90 now. 90 days of fleeing from your enemies while they pursue you. Did not tell you God could have took you the shortcut, but he took you the long way. Remember, Pharaoh was chasing them and they was running. They coming out to kill us. You running from your creditors. You running from everything that you should be standing up against. You running from yourself, right? He said 3 years of famine or 3 months of running from your enemies. Listen to this. Or 3 days of plague in your land. 3 days. Remember, Jesus went down, came up on rose on 3rd day. 3 days. Come on, y'all. 3 days. You better talking that 3 day stuff. Listen to this. 3 days of famine. Come on, some of y'all don't want to shut yourself down for no day, right? I told you only really need to do it 3 days. 3 days, right, to check yourself. Now then, think it over. Listen to God. Think it over. Think it over and decide how I should answer the one who sent me. David said to God, I am deep in stress. Stop. David said to the other person, I am in deep stress, Invisible Crown Army. Let us fall in the hands of the Lord, the Spirit of the living God. Come on, y'all. Why y'all don't want to get the Spirit? Let's fall in the hands of the Spirit. Listen to this. Fall in the hands of the Lord, for his mercy is great. But do not, come on, y'all, let's beg now. Do not let me fall in human hands. Do not let me fall in Jezebel hands. Do not let me fall in people's hands that want to sit here and drown me, put me down. People will rather see me drown than to walk on water. They'll sit here and say the only reason why he's swimming because he's afraid to drown. At the end of the day, you drown, okay? It says, listen to that. I don't want to fall in human hands. Listen, so verse 15. So the Lord sent the plague on Israel. There go your 3 days. And from that moment and from the morning until the end of time designated, the 70,000 of the people from Dan to Beersheba died. Died mean they lost their joy, they lost their peace, they lost their happiness, they lost their home, they lost their job, they lost a whole lot. When the angels stretched out, here come the angels now. Told you these angels is something else. When the angel stretched out his hand to destroy Jerusalem, the Lord relented. Come on, my God, right there. There go my spirit. There go my spirit. There go my God. The Lord relented. Why did he relent it? Concerning the disaster, and said to the angel who was afflicting the people, enough. Come on, God. We need you to say enough in our situation. We've been going through so much. We need an enough. Enough. Okay, we got the point. We got the point now. We got the point. That your spirit said enough to what was going on. That foolishness, that immaturity. Y'all ain't with me on this one, but you're going to get it, right? As I close. It said the Spirit of the Lord said enough, right? He relented the disaster, said to the angel who was afflicting the people, enough. Withdraw your hand. Pull your hand back. I told you some of you had the hand on your life. The hand was giving you pressure. But God said, enough. They learned their lesson. Let them go. Right? It said the hand withdrew. The angel of the Lord was then at the threshing floors, right, of Anna, the Jebusite. When David saw the angel who was striking down the people, he said to the Lord, I have sinned. I, the shepherd, have done wrong. These are nothing but sheep. What have they done? Let your hand fall on me and my family. Some of you, you the shepherd of your family. Some of you, you the head of your house. Some of you, you are the person in position around you with the people reporting to you. And if they off, then it get charged to you. You off, they get charged to me. That's why I have to make sure you get what you need to get so you can understand. If you scroll on down, right, to verse Gad had told David what had happened after those little 3 days went by. Look what happened in verse 25. David built an altar to the Lord there and sacrificed burnt offering and fellowship offering. Sacrifice burnt offerings and fellowship offerings. Some of you, come on, y'all. Y'all better get that book. Y'all better get some of this material so into what's going on. Then the Lord answered his prayer in behalf of the land, and the plague on Israel was stopped. Somebody got to sound the alarm on your behalf. Other than that, we all going underwater. We have to check this thing. Some stuff that's breaking out in your, some stuff that done broke out in your life, some stuff done broke out in your body, whether that's cancer, whether that's diabetes, whether that's high blood, whether that's cholesterol, whether that's gaining, whether that's you calling it COVID. That's supposed to take you out. That's supposed to raise your blood pressure, give you a heart attack. That's supposed to sit here and start a new bloodline in your family tree, right? That's supposed to be the branch that breaks off with you. All this stuff that done happen, these gangs don't weigh you down right now. This is supposed to check you out, clogged up your arteries. Come on, y'all. We have to check this. We have to check this. This is my time. This is what I'm expressing to you right now. We have to work on our transition, and we have to plead and beg him. If he gonna deal with you, deal with me now, God. Deal with me now, because I don't want to keep moving forward. And in my moving forward, I'm not making the progress that I should be making. You guys, I want to thank everybody for joining in. That was my time. You guys, I appreciate everything that you guys has kicked in for me. YouTube, I thank you guys. Man, peace and blessings. Make sure you subscribe to that channel right there. I'm grateful. Did good timing on that. Right. So let me end that right there, you guys.